Well, a happy Friday to everybody. Hope you're having a good day and enjoying whatever kind of weather you've got where you are. Today, we've had a few warm days, which means around 34, 35 degrees, and some of the snow has melted off here, so you can even see a little bit of green grass in places. But we're supposed to be going back into the minus temperatures starting next week, so who knows? We'll likely have a white Christmas here is our norm. Well, today, our first our first item of business is our mail call. And we got a letter from Mark the Burgh Hunter. And he sent me some of his stickers. I've got one up on the friend board already and one on my bucket. And a nice little letter in here I'll read you. He says, "Hi Ian, I really enjoy your videos, especially Storytime on YouTube. When a channel has good content, it is easy to give it praise, such as your channel. I am sending you some of my stickers for you to keep, give away, or throw away. Take care, mi amigo." Signed, Mark the Burgh Hunter. Well, Mark, thank you very much, and I would never throw away your stickers. I put one on my friend board and one on my metal detecting bucket, and I will, the other ones that you've sent me, I will share. There's 4 more here, so I will share those out. I'll be doing Christmas cards in the not too distant future, so if you are on my mailing list for YouTube, I'll probably send you a Christmas card, or a Season's greeting card, or something. If I send you a card that says Merry Christmas and you are not a believer in Christianity or Christmas, please don't take offense. I'm merely reaching out a friendly greeting to you. I myself am a Christian, and I celebrate Christmas as such, but understand other people have different beliefs. Alrighty, let's get on to our story time today. So don't forget to go by, check out Mark the Burgh Hunter. He does metal detecting, occasionally with his daughter, who he tells me is very competitive. Because once they had a competition, I told him just to call it a draw, and he said, no, with her it's win or lose. There's no calling it a draw. She's very competitive. But anyway, to Mark and his daughter, there you go. Have a great day. I'll put a link to his channel in the description box below. All right, let's get on to story time. Well, today we're going to talk about the Baker Hotel, which is located in Mineral Wells, Texas. And is along old Route 66, of course, because you know how I am with Route 66. I'm addicted. So if you go to 200 East Hubbard Street in Mineral Wells, Texas, you will find the Baker Hotel. The Baker Hotel was a 14-story, 452-room hotel built in Mineral Wells, Texas, by entrepreneur and millionaire T.B. Baker, at an estimated cost of $1,250,000. In the 1920s, this was a considerable investment, but Baker felt that opening the hotel was worth the risk. The Baker Hotel opened its doors to the public on November 9th, 1929. It was by far the tallest building in Mineral Wells at the time, and was nicknamed the Grand Old Lady because of its size and architectural beauty. Baker invested so much money into this project because of the natural mineral springs surrounding Mineral Wells. According to Baker and residents of Mineral Wells, the area's mineral springs had healing properties that could cure anything from stomach aches to wrinkles to certain mental illnesses. Baker thought that people would come from all over the country and pay for the opportunity to soak in these waters. Baker spared no expense in making the Baker Hotel as luxurious as possible for his guests. In addition to 452 rooms, the Baker Hotel had 2 complete spas that used only the local mineral water, 2 Olympic-sized swimming pools, a state-of-the-art indoor gymnasium, several meeting rooms, and 2 large ballrooms, found one on the main floor called the Brazos Room, and the other on the 14th floor called the Sky Room. For several years after the Baker Hotel opened, it was the place to be noticed for the nation's rich and famous. People flocked to consume and soak in the mineral waters, claiming that the waters really did have healing properties. Some of the biggest names in Hollywood were known to frequent the hotel. It has been said that Clark Gable, Judy Garland, Will Rogers, Lawrence Welk, and other famous celebrities and millionaires considered the Baker Hotel one of their favorite resorts. One of the most interesting features of the Baker Hotel was that it contained 3 separate sets of staircases for its guests. The most pronounced and elaborate was the main staircase that led directly to the main hotel lobby. This was primarily for the rich and famous people who wanted to be noticed when they made their entrance. The second staircase was dedicated to hotel staff. Rather than having the staff interact and intermingle with the guests, a separate staircase was built so they could do their work in the different rooms without interrupting. This proved to be very efficient, especially to the several maids who had the full-time job of making certain the hotel's rooms were cleaned each day. It also prevented the staff from having the opportunity to bother the celebrities for autographs. The third staircase was designed to cater to those hotel guests who wished to make a more discreet entrance or exit. This staircase was out of view from the main lobby, so people could get to their rooms in relative privacy. It was especially useful for the hotel guests planning a secret rendezvous with a mistress or anyone interested in going to a room where alcohol was being served during Prohibition, which was in place until 1933. Also, as many celebrities of the day were guests of the Baker Hotel, they often used it to go to their rooms without being bothered. The Baker Hotel was very popular among the wealthy and famous well into the 1950s. By this time, the fad of mineral waters had faded somewhat, and eventually the number of people who came to the Baker Hotel started to decrease. The hotel was so large and guests were not so frequent as in the 1930s and 40s that upkeep simply costs more than the hotel was bringing in with revenue. As a result, the Baker Hotel closed its doors for the first time in 1963. Rather than watch the hotel remain empty, private investors banded together and arranged for the hotel to reopen in 1965. This renaissance of the Baker Hotel did not last long, and once again it closed its doors in 1973 due to the extreme costs of running the hotel. After it closed its doors in 1973, the hotel never reopened for business, although for a few years in the 1980s, people were able to tour several sections of the Baker Hotel. Eventually these tours ended, and the Baker Hotel has been vacant ever since. So there you have a sad story of a grand hotel that faded into obscurity. So I'm not sure if the building is still standing there in Mineral Wells, but if you're down that way, you might stop by and check it out. It is also reputedly haunted by numerous ghosts, including one of a small boy in a wheelchair who's seen by the main staircase and also looking out a window on the first floor. They say that the lobby is haunted by a specter that is never seen but quite often heard, a lady in high heels walking across the lobby, and you apparently can hear her heels clicking quite well. They say the reason the hotel is haunted is because quite a few people came there with terminal illnesses to partake of the natural healing mineral waters, but unfortunately succumbed to their illnesses and died at the hotel. So there you have it. If you're into paranormal things, you can check out the Baker Hotel, probably find more information online regarding that. But I just thought it was an interesting story about a entrepreneur who started something big and grand and luxurious, and he got a few good years out of it from the 1923 to the 1950s. And if you want to count with a 2-year hiatus up until 1973. So that's 50 good years of business there, or 40 good years of business and 10 so-so, or however you want to look at it. But interesting place, the Baker Hotel in Mineral Wells, Texas. All right, it's time for the Gruner of the Week. Well, a young fellow who very industrious, worked his way through university and graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Agriculture, and then needed to find a job. Well, he always thought living in Florida would be a nice place to live, so he made his way down to the lovely state of Florida and stopped in at the first orchard that he came to and went up to the farmer and said, "I'd like to come to work for you." The farmer says, "Well, I really don't need anybody. I hire seasonal help to pick fruit when the time is right, but other than that, no, I don't really need anybody." "Oh, no, he says, I can help you. I can really help improve your production and your crop and the quality of your crop and everything. I have a degree in agriculture." The farmer goes, "Oh, that's interesting." Some fellow says, "Yeah." He says, "Yeah, look at that tree over there." He says, "I doubt that you get more than 8 dozen oranges off that tree. I could help you get more than that." The fellow says, "Really?" "Yeah. Well, what do you think you could get off there?" "Oh, I could probably help you get probably 10 to 12 dozen oranges off that tree." And the farmer says, "Well, son, I'd be really tempted to hire you, but that's a pear tree." Anyway, there you go. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you on Tuesday. And hopefully, depending on what happens with all this FTC and COPA and whatever else, hopefully I'll be around for a while. Who knows? If YouTube in their wisdom decide I don't make money for them somehow or other, I may get chopped and my channel may just disappear. Hopefully I have not done anything that I will get sued by the FTC for $42,530, because if they do, then I'll be living on the streets. And I don't know what's going on with that mess, but how they expect to enforce it across the world, I don't know. Maybe YouTube should change its corporate headquarters to China or India or something, and the FTC would have a much harder time trying to regulate them from there. Anyway, folks, whatever happens in the future with YouTube and my channel, out of my hands. We'll have to see what happens, but until I either disappear from the air or get sued out onto the street or whatever happens, hopefully I'll be here next Tuesday and we'll have some fun in the kitchen. Till then, have a wonderful weekend. Take care, stay safe, and God bless.